Hello everybody, it is me, Mr. Vince, and I hope you all have an amazing day today. And in this video, I'm going to be counting down the top 5 1 million vehicles in Roblox Jailbreak. Now before I do continue on, I will announce something that is coming up in the near future, and that is a new Mythbusters video for Roblox Jailbreak. Now I have made a community post where you guys can post your myths, so if you want to check it out, the link is in the description below, and thank you for listening to that. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So before I do continue on, if you guys have enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, feel free to subscribe as well, and feel free to hit the bell icon to never miss a video. And the vehicles I will be featuring in the video are not because of their speed and their reliability, but also because of their design, performance, and other factors. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into number 5. So coming in at the number 5 spot is the monster truck. Now, a lot of you are like, why is the monster truck part of this video, Mr. Vince? Well, the monster truck is actually a pretty good vehicle. Now, yes, it seats up to 6 people, and it may not be the fastest vehicle, but considering that it's a truck, I think it makes sense that it does have a pretty decent top speed, as well as a seat capacity of 6. So, to make things fair, the monster truck actually is really good, and since it has a nostalgic type design, I guess it's better off to put this at number 5. As of this update, in order to get the monster truck, you have to go to the new 1 million store, which is over here for those wondering. The monster truck will be the first vehicle to be displayed at the 1M store, for those wondering. And also, here is the leaderboard as of right now. As you can see, I am number 2. And a big shout out to everyone on the leaderboard. But let's go ahead and move on to number 4. So coming in at the number 4 spot is the Jet. Now the reason why I put this at number 4 is because the Jet is not the best vehicle, but it isn't the worst either. Now yes, it is a jet type vehicle, but considering that it's a million and it can shoot pretty overpowered missiles by simply pressing F on your keyboard, it's actually really good in my opinion. Yeah, the speed may not be that great compared to a lot of the other vehicles in the game, but it's actually an area vehicle that has a lot of freedom compared to the army helicopter and the drone. Since this vehicle cannot be taken down and you're pretty much invincible in this vehicle, unless if the other players around have good aim, then you might oof from them. But still, the Jet is really good. If you hold Q on your keyboard, you will also be able to do barrel rolls. So without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to number 3. So coming in at the number 3 spot is the Trailblazer. Now, you guys are kind of confused as to why I put this at number 3. And well, the Trailblazer is actually a pretty good vehicle. It is an off-roader dune buggy, and yes, it will be able to off-road on a lot of stuff, as you can tell. Since it's a dune buggy vehicle, it's going to be really good. The Trailblazer is kind of bouncy though, so that's the major disadvantage about this vehicle. But on the bright side of things, this vehicle is really fast for its price. It's about the speed of the Airtail, so this vehicle is really good for its price. Alongside, the Trailblazer also seats 2 people, 1 driver and 1 passenger, for those wondering. And overall, this is a really good vehicle. But please excuse the bounciness, because the bounciness is kind of awful. But other than that, the dune buggy type vehicle is great. And you can definitely off-road on a lot of stuff, similar to how most of the other off-roaders work. And the Trailblazer does look really nice. It is created by Sharky Cat, so a big shout out to the man for making the Trailblazer. But let's go ahead and move on to number 2. Coming in at the number 2 spot is the Black Hawk, also known as the Army Helicopter by a lot of Jailbreak players. This vehicle has been in the game since early 2018, and it is the third area vehicle to be added to the game after the helicopter and the UFO. Now, the reason I put this at number 2 is because this vehicle is a really good vehicle. As you can tell, this is probably the largest vehicle in the game, excluding a couple of other vehicles, and it is definitely a really good vehicle. It seats up to 8 people at once, excluding rope. Now, to be honest with you guys, the Army helicopter is really good. It goes at a max speed of 130, which is slightly slower than the drone, but it is the fastest helicopter in the game, so that's better than nothing, am I right? Now, to make things better, the Army helicopter also shoots missiles, just like the jet, but they aren't as overpowered. So yeah, the Army helicopter is pretty good, and I like its design, and I'm sure a lot of you use the Army helicopter nowadays. But let's go ahead and move on to number 1. Alright, so I'm sure a lot of you are going to freak out by this, and most of you are also going to be confused, and you might point the wrong here. But to be honest, the number 1 million vehicle in this video is the Sloop. Yeah, you might be like, well, why did you put this at number 1, Mr. Vince? Well, to be honest with you guys, the Sloop isn't actually a bad vehicle. While it may be a watercraft and it may be the slowest vehicle in the game, the Sloop definitely offers some of the coolest benefits in the game. Unfortunately though, its despawning is really severe on this vehicle, so you do need to be a little careful with the Sloop, because it will despawn pretty quickly, if you ask me. Now, the cool thing about the Sloop is actually the Easter egg that is involved in this. A YouTuber named The Brian found this Easter egg 2 years ago, and basically when it's raining, you can turn your Sloop into the Flying Dutchman ship. So that is really cool, if you ask me. Now, as of the October 2021 update, this is much easier because you now have the option to turn off and on rain. So yeah, the Sloop may not be the best vehicle, but honestly, this is really good. Now, if you want to play a game of pirates versus whatever, then you'll be able to have some fun with the Sloop. Sloops are really, really good ships in which you can drive and you can mess around with other people. And fun fact, it seats the most amount of people in the game because everyone can enter the Sloop at once, even if vehicle collisions are turned on. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the Flying Dutchman. As you can see, I'm going to turn on the rain, and what you need to do is to drive your Sloop over to this shipwreck by the Alcatraz Island, and your Sloop will turn into the Flying Dutchman ship, and it will also play the soundtrack, which I think is really cool. And I don't think it's copyrighted, so I think I'm fine. So, some other things about the Sloop is that you cannot customize the vehicle, but that's okay. You can play the radio in the Sloop, and you can also mess with it if you set the gravity to a number like 0 or 0.2. So if you put the gravity at 0, for instance, then your Sloop is basically going to fly. And I just love the water trail that is being emitted from the Sloop. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. This is just crazy. Now, if you do love ships, then this is definitely your favorite vehicle in the game. This is the largest vehicle in terms of size, and overall, this is by far the coolest and the funniest 1 million vehicle in the game. But it is not the best vehicle in the game. So thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys have enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, feel free to subscribe as well, and feel free to hit the bell icon to never miss a video. And yes guys, I am aware that most of you are going to say, well, why is the Sloop at the number 1 spot? Well, to be honest with you guys, the Sloop is not the best vehicle, but if you keep messing around with it, then I'm sure that you're going to have a lot of fun with the Sloop. While it may not be the best for grinding, it's still a pretty good vehicle overall. And yes, it can actually hold up to 30 people at once, because up to 30 people can be in a single server inside of ROBLOX Jailbreak. But as always, my name is Mr. Vince. I hope you all have an amazing day today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.